Hi everyone, I'm Cheryl Butler, and you're listening to the Mighty Mommies Quick and Dirty Tips podcast, which will help make your life as a parent a little bit easier and a lot more fun. Welcome! Today's episode is number 333, titled, How to Brag About Your Kids Without Being Obnoxious. Because, come on, most of us have been in this place many a time without even realizing it, right? As parents, one of the privileges that comes along with the joy of raising our kids are bragging rights. Whether our kid hits a home run, wins a spelling bee, gets accepted to the college of her dreams, or gets voted most creative kid in his or her high school, not only are we proud as can be, we also want the entire world to know what he or she has accomplished. Hey, there's absolutely nothing wrong with blowing your kid's horn. But it's how loud we blow it and how often that matters. Here are 6 tips for bragging about your children without being one of those obnoxious parents. Tip number 1. Choose your bragging platform carefully. Thanks to today's world of social media, this parenting generation can access or share information both close to home or across the nation in an instant. While this is certainly an awesome advantage, it can also be a detriment if not used properly, particularly when it comes to posting something on Facebook or Twitter. Even though we may have good intentions about what we're posting, the way we choose our wording can either get others excited about our good news or cause them to be resentful, jealous, or just plain irritated with our message. When sharing one of your kids' accomplishments on social media, be mindful of who your audience is. Your son Jack just made team captain again, beating out 10 other friends whose parents follow you on Facebook. So now that he's told you, you can't wait to tell the rest of the town, right? You might feel so inclined to blurt out a post like, Jack's done it again. He's just made captain of the basketball team because his coaches feel he is the best role model for the rest of the guys on the team. And after watching him being the football captain, where he led the team in touchdowns, they're confident he will perform the same for the basketball team. Go, Jack! Instead, you could perhaps post something such as, looking forward to the basketball season this year, proud that Jack will be captain because there is a great group of guys on this team that make attending these games so much fun. Number 2, brag out of your own circle. Because I have 8 kids, ranging in ages from 9 to 22, I experience nearly every parenting achievement and setback for each age group that there possibly can be. And because I'm friends with most of my kids' friends' parents, I'm chatting it up with lots of different ages and stages all year long. This gives me the opportunity to share stories, good and bad, with all my parenting pals. And what I've found over the years is that parents enjoy hearing about my own kids' triumphs more so when I'm talking to parents that aren't in my own kids' circle, particularly when there is an age difference. For example, my daughter, who is 9, has a group of friends whose parents like to hear what's going on in my college-age kids' lives because there isn't any threat to them when I share that my high school senior just earned a nice scholarship to college this year. They're not even thinking about junior high school at this point, never mind college, so they're happy to listen to me tout an achievement because it doesn't feel like I'm making a direct comparison to their child. In other words, brag to parents whose kids are not the same age as yours. It's okay to boast about your toddler's toilet training successes to someone raising a teenager. Number 3, brag in the present, not in the past. Let's face it, sometimes we all like to live vicariously through others, particularly our children. Maybe you had a strong desire to be a dancer growing up, and your parents had you enrolled with various studios, taking lessons and performing at recitals here, there, and everywhere. But once you hit your teen years, those dance lessons became a thing of the past, and you never really lived out your dream to be dancing on stage. Now it's your own daughter's turn to entertain the masses with her tap dancing prowess, and all those memories of your own pink sequin tutu come flooding back. Be mindful of how you flaunt her budding dance career to others, so that it doesn't come off as if you're using your child to get a bit of attention to make yourself feel better for something that didn't happen for you as a child. Maddie seems to be enjoying dance as much as I did as a kid. Sounds a lot more encouraging than, Maddie's pirouette is almost as brilliant as the one I mastered when I was her age. Check out her poise and grace in the photos from her recent dance recital. Tip number 4. Don't try to upstage another parent. As stated earlier about posting your child's successes on social media, the way in which the good news is worded can make all the difference in how others perceive it. Don't get me wrong. When one of my 8 kids does something that I think is amazing or I feel really great about, I post it for all to see. For example, when my son, who has learning difficulties, won the spelling bee against one of the smartest kids in his class, I posted his photo holding his winning certificate and stated, Cameron beat the odds and rose to the occasion, winning the peer school spelling bee. He competed against some terrific spellers, and spelling the word etiquette won him the honors. No sooner had this been posted out in Cyberville, another mom replied, My son should have made it to the top 10, but he got some words that were much harder than etiquette. And then another posted, Timmy won the spelling bee at his school last year and was in the final round for almost an hour. You know, it's great that these other kids have their successes too, but let the parent who is having their own moment about their child enjoy the stage alone. Don't try and upstage a parent's brag by one-upping it in your replies. Number 5, brag sparingly and include others' kids. When something wonderful happens as a parent, you should be allowed to enjoy the moment and sound off to the rest of the world. Like when your daughter gets into a great college on a scholarship. Woohoo! Yet, is it really necessary to recall all her straight-A report cards from middle school on? When we toot our kids' horns sparingly, people take more notice and are apt to want to celebrate along with us. And don't be afraid to brag about others' kids' accomplishments. Did your neighbor's son hit the winning home run, or your boss's daughter have an essay published in your local newspaper? It's nice to share these types of victories with others, just like you do your own kids. And number 6, be mindful of those who are quiet. When we're gathered around with a group of friends and the conversation about all the amazing things our kids are doing is bouncing around like a fast game of tennis, it's easy to overlook the fact that maybe one person in the group is sitting quietly, just fidgeting with her fingers, anxiously waiting for the subject to turn. You know, when one of the moms is happy that her daughter aced the PSATs, the other's son just got accepted into grad school, a third mom beams about her daughter's new driver's license. Consider that quiet mom. She loves her child as much as everyone else here does, yet her child might secretly be dealing with depression, an eating disorder, or have a learning disability that will never allow him or her to do the same things as the rest of his or her peer group. Draw her into the conversation with a smile and just a question directed to her, whether it be about her child or another matter altogether. Being mindful of others who might not be in the same bragging ballpark can be a tremendous gift to them. How do you share info about your kids' successes? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section at quickanddirtytips.com/mighty-mommy. Post your ideas on the Mighty Mommy Facebook page or email me at mommy@quickanddirtytips.com. And also visit my family-friendly boards at pinterest.com/mightymommyqdt. And be sure to sign up for the upcoming Mighty Mommy newsletter, which will be chock full of practical advice to make your parenting life easier and more enjoyable. Wishing you all the joys of mindful bragging. Thanks for listening, and until next time, happy parenting.